2018 winter storm, a typical January cold front sweeping across southern Ontario. But by Sunday, the skies over Toronto had unleashed a record-breaking barrage of snow, burying streets and paralyzing transportation in what meteorologists are calling one of the most intense nature disaster events in the region's modern history. This is your weather news report on the storm that redefined winter in Canada's largest city. In the early hours of Monday morning, Toronto woke to a scene transformed. Roads, sidewalks, and neighborhoods were blanketed by snow that reached depths seldom seen before. A flash freeze and flooding of snow that overwhelmed both residents and infrastructure alike. Environment and Climate Change Canada confirmed that the winter storm delivered unparalleled snowfall rates, reducing visibility to near whiteout conditions at times and triggering widespread travel warnings and breaking news alerts throughout the Greater Toronto Area. Historic weather event such as this did not unfold overnight. A deep low-pressure system energized by moist air and reinforced by cold Arctic winds moved across the Great Lakes on January 25, 2026, intensifying as it produced heavy snow bands across southern Ontario. Blowing snow and gusty winds compounded hazardous conditions, turning major highways into treacherous expanses of white. By dawn on Monday, official observations confirmed staggering snowfall totals across the region. Downtown Toronto saw as much as 61 centimeters, 24 inches of snow, while Toronto Pearson International Airport recorded 46 centimeters in a single 24-hour period, the highest daily snowfall total since records began in 1937. That pushed the total snow for January to 88.2 centimeters. The snowiest month ever recorded at the airport. This extreme weather did not confine itself to central Toronto. Across southern Ontario, communities experienced significant accumulation. Trenton recorded over 40 centimeters. Belleville exceeded 30 centimeters, and areas like Mississauga and Milton reported between 40 to 60 centimeters of snow, with lake effect enhancements from Lake Ontario contributing to localized intensity. Transportation systems, already under strain from the extreme winter storm, began to fail. Highway 401 and the Don Valley Parkway were littered with stranded vehicles. Highways were intermittently closed, and visibility dropped sharply under bands of heavy snow. At Pearson Airport, more than 560 flights were canceled on Sunday alone, as air traffic ground to a near halt and crews battled to keep runways passable. Across the Greater Toronto Area, public transit systems struggled. Major sections of the Toronto Transit Commission's subway lines experienced delays and partial shutdowns, leaving commuters waiting in bitter temperatures. School boards, including both the Toronto District School Board and the Catholic District School Board, announced closures Monday as snow removal efforts continued. Services faced an unrelenting series of calls. Ontario Provincial Police reported responding to around 100 collisions and numerous reports of vehicles stuck in snowbanks, straining first responder resources. Local emergency management teams worked through the night, assisting stranded motorists and checking on vulnerable populations in areas cut off by deep snowdrifts. City officials declared a major snowstorm condition and significant weather event to streamline snow clearing and prioritize essential routes. Continuous plowing efforts were underway across major arterial roads and residential streets, with crews operating around the clock to reopen key infrastructure. Residents were urged to stay off roads and avoid travel where possible as cleanup operations continued at full scale. City News Toronto scientific analysis from Environment Canada attributed the severity of this storm to a potent collision of cold Arctic air and moisture-rich systems over the Great Lakes. Lake-enhanced snowfall, driven by winds from Lake Ontario, intensified precipitation in bands that lingered over the city, dumping snow at rates of 5 to 10 centimeters per hour at the storm's peak. Of such extreme weather extends beyond inconvenience. While this storm's casualty figures remain low compared to more violent disasters, officials and weather experts expressed concern over the added risks of prolonged cold exposure, potential power outages in outlying areas, and increased strain on emergency medical services. These risks persist even as conditions begin to stabilize. Beyond transport and infrastructure, the storm challenged daily life. Many Toronto residents found driveways and entrances buried under snow mounds, with some reporting snow depths comparable to small walls against parked vehicles. Municipal snow storage sites filled rapidly, and temporary parking bans on snow routes were enforced to facilitate removal operations.